supposed to retire. I'm moving on to a new career.
You're pivoting this late?
Well, how old do you think I am?
Well, you're black, so you look 40, but you could be up to 90.
Change your plans. You two are gonna help me steal $60 million from the casino. Because if you don't, your wife's dead.
Loved you guys in this film.
Thank
it was
you.
hilarious. It was a Keke.
Oh.
No pun intended.
I think a pun was intended.
The pun was. But kind of like the undertone was the spirit of hustling, right? Especially Eddie and Keke with your characters. Whether it was you hustling home to get home to your wife, or Keke, you hustling to avenge your father. Yeah. I feel like it was just like such a silent undertone.
Yeah.
Any time during shooting this film, did it remind you of kind of like your hustle to get where you are today? Because I just feel like we're just moving. Both of you had such a goal to reach in this film, but at what cost? Talk to me.
Man, I love that. I never thought about it in that regard, but I love it with when you bring it up with Eddie's character. I think for me, I really related to the whole legacy piece. For me, that's how I see things. I mean, with my parents, I have so much pride for them, and they were both artists and entertainers, and so everything I do, it is in a lot of ways like in representation of who they could have been or what they would have done, and so I definitely related to Zoe's character trying to do that, especially a daughter's pride for her father, like. There's nothing like her trying to make the dad proud. That's me.
Absolutely.
I had no ambition.
But Pete, your character did what needed to be done.
And he had
I was a silly goose.
And that's okay. We need that sometimes.
I was a silly goose.
But Eddie, talk to me. Did anything just remind you of how you would hustle to reach a certain goal, but at what cost, like you said?
I'm not a hustler.
No? With your iconic career, you're not hustling?
But I'm more flow than hustle.
Okay. Talk to me about that.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I don't push anything.
Okay.
You got to push a little to hustle. I kind of let things kind of come to me or present themselves, and not a lot of hustling.
Okay. So it flows to you naturally. I mean, you're an icon, so.
No, I famously, I don't know if there's another actor who can make this statement. I've only had one audition my whole life was for SNL. It's my only audition.
I was literally going to say that.
So I didn't have to do any hustling.
I interviewed you for Dolomite, and that's the one thing you said. I didn't have to, that was the one audition I did.
But there's such a key in what you're saying, because I do think a lot of times, like obviously in any industry, there is you putting the foot forward, being, prepared, etc. But the idea of that flow, of following what you feel, knowing that that's enough to guide you, just to respond to life instead of always trying to micromanage, that's
the key to the whole.
Wow.
To respond to life and not try to make everything fit just the way you want it.
Yeah, so not forcing anything. I love that answer.
I
love that. Not what I was expecting, but I do love that. Just to wrap, all three of you are huge comics, and I just love the comedic value that this film had. Eddie, of course, you're a legend. You've been doing this for years. But Pete and Keke, even talk to me, if the three of you could talk to me about how we use, especially in this day and age where things are a little sensitive, comedy to tell like hard truths, similar to how this film did. And I like the way it did it because it has that comedic value, but it still was telling hard truths. Talk to me about using comedy to tell hard truths, if so to speak.
Well, I think tragedy and comedy are, brother and sister. And when you're at your darkest, you want to laugh. So I like to, me personally, make jokes out of things that are pretty awful, because that's how I heal. Laugh at stuff that bothers you or makes you sad or anything. Because if you laugh at it, then it's not as serious or scary anymore. And today comedies are tough. They don't make a lot of them, especially ones like this, like with a budget like this and all the action and stuff. So I think I just feel really lucky to be a part of something like this because they're rare now. So.
I feel the same exact way. For me, comedy has always been a source of medicine. It's been a way that I bring levity to. I mean, I think you have to have that in life, because if you really just think about life, it can be real messed up here, man. I mean, you just come up here, you lose people, you lose yourself a couple times. Yeah. But if you find a way to have, a sense of humor about it, I think it makes it easier.
Yeah, and using comedy almost as a medicine.
Yeah, it's a great thing. That's one of my sweetest blessings to look around. I look around my house and look at my family and be like, wow, all of this, everything in my whole world is because I'm making somebody laugh. Like, all my blessings are from making people laugh. That's a great feeling.
More than 5 decades, we've had your back. Black Enterprise have everything you need to elevate your excellence.